In today's video, we're going to take a look at a brand new product released from my friends at Wazoo Survival Gear, which is coming out on Kickstarter today, which is basically an improved version of what I thought was already one of the coolest products I've seen out there, the Bushcraft necklace. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. And today's video is going to fall under the general preparedness category. Oh man, these mosquitoes are eating me up, but I have a friend that is going to send me some Thermacell stuff, so coming soon. Anyway, as I said, today's video is going to be about general preparedness, and my friends at Wazoo Survival Gear make great gear for general preparedness. Is that a mosquito on my nose? Anyway, they make wearable survival gear that really just fits into your everyday lifestyle. It doesn't, you have to get all weird and stuff to be prepared. And one of the things that I think is really important for preparedness, as you know, is the ability to make a fire. So Wazoo Survival Gear has that ability just basically around your neck. So so what we're going to talk about today is this new release, a new design of their Bushcraft necklace, which is a really cool looking necklace on a leather thong. I'll take you down to the old stump top and give you a close up of this, and we'll see how well this thing works. But first, a little bit of background. There are other people that make similar looking necklaces to this. At least now they are. Because what they did is they took Wazoo Survival Gear's design and basically copied it. So if you see this on Amazon or somewhere else like this, and it's not from Wazoo Survival Gear, then guess what? They stole the idea. Just like they stole the idea for the survival bracelet. Wazoo Survival Gear had a really good survival bracelet when they first came out, but it was pretty expensive because all the components they used were first quality components. And now you can find a similar looking bracelet anywhere on Amazon, to the point where Wazoo just quit making that because they can't compete with the rip-offs, and people don't seem to appreciate quality sometimes. So anyway, I ramble a little bit, but we're going to talk about these survival fire necklaces here, and I've got 3 different versions to show you, 2 old ones and 1 new one. So instead of me rambling on, let's get down to the old stump top and get to doing some of that fire starting stuff. Okay, so first of all, I said I was going to show you a little bit of history. This was the original Bushcraft necklace that they have, and you can see this is the new one that's coming out today on Kickstarter, and you can see there's a little bit of difference, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. But I also want to remind you and point out that they also have this Firecraft necklace, which is a little more modern version. It actually has some paracord here, same kind of deal here though. What it has is a little ferro rod here with a ceramic striker. This one has a friction fit clasp on it. So there you go. So just kind of show you that one, just in case you're interested in that. Now, let's talk about these. We'll just talk about the new ones. I just want to show you that this is the original. They've been making this for a long, long time. They were the first people to come up with this. Anybody else that has one that looks like this, then they didn't figure it out. They basically ripped off Wazoo for Survival Gear, and that's all I'll say about that. So let's talk about the new one and compare it to the old one. Since we're talking. First of all, the biggest difference, really the main difference, is the thickness of the ceramic. This ceramic here is, gosh, I don't know how thick it is, but it's about half the thickness of the new one, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully it'll focus on that. But half the thickness of the new one, and the new one's a little bigger, has a little more of a point on it. Well, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of difference in the knot there. They use traditional mountaineering knots. They just changed the knot up a little bit. I think because so many people had stolen their design, they came up with a new design. They're the first people to market with this. So if you see one with this knot on it, then you know for sure that it's a ripoff. So there's that. It has a leather necklace, I guess you want to call that, with a fisherman's knot, so you can adjust it basically by sliding the, and this is brand new, but you can adjust it by sliding those things and making them bigger or smaller, depending upon how you want to do it. So if you want to make it smaller, a bit larger, you just slide both knots towards each other until the slack is gone, and there you go. So it's a pretty good bit of adjustment there. And then if you really want to take this off, you can, but you don't have to. What's cool about it is you can just slide it up like that, take it off your neck, obviously, and then you can just scrape the paint off and you make you some sparks there. So what I thought we'd do is just go ahead and see how well it actually works to make fire. So I've got a couple of my favorite fire starters here. This is a live fire, which I always like. This thing just comes in a little tin. I like it because you can light it, you can set it underneath the fire, get your fire going, and then you can pull it back out and close it up and reuse it. So very, very cool, reusable. This thing will last a long, long time. It's also a little slimy now. But so first I thought we'd just try that. So the best way to do that is just scrape it up, scruff it up just a little bit there. Get some little fibers poking up and rub them back off of there. And then we'll just see if we can scrape us some, put that back on so we can put it out. Scrape us some sparks in there. Maybe I'll put my hand on here, hold it in place. There we go. Took it a second because it's kind of wet, but and then cleans right off. This is available. The old ones are available in black and white. I don't know if this is available in both or not. You can check the Kickstarter. There'll be a link in the video description below. But as you can see, it did fine on the live fire, which took a minute to get going because it's kind of gooey. But you know, my favorite starter is good old fat wood. I got a piece of fat wood here. And so this thing has got a nice edge and it's pretty strong, so we're going to see if we can scrape off some fat wood with it. Oh baby, look at that. Very strong, as a matter of fact. This thing is now, to be clear, this is ceramic, it's not steel, so you could break it. You know, if you're really, really rough with it, you can break it. That's why I kind of hold it up here. It gives you, I like the size of this one. It has plenty of room to get a hold of it, as they say in Georgia. Get a hold of it. We'll scrape a little bit more off because you can never have too much fat wood, right? And now, let's see how well she works on this one. My money's going to be on the fat wood. I bet the fat wood goes whoopee. Look at that. Oh, baby. I mean, does it get any better than that? So what do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I mean, I just think it's great to not only be able to have a very handy item with you that allow you to make fire at any given moment, but also that looks pretty cool. And I think it's just another example of the folks at Wazoo Survival Gear's ingenuity in coming up with gear that you can keep with you at all times and help you be more prepared for whatever life throws at you. And honestly, as cool as I thought the original one was, I think the new one's even better. So as I said, it's going live today on Kickstarter. I'll put a link in the video description below and in the pinned comment. I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking for a really cool way to kind of be more prepared, you might want to check out the folks at Wazoo Survival Gear. Thanks again to the folks at Wazoo for sending me home with this from Blade Show so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.